Welcome back to the channel, golfers. Today I'm playing at Calverley Golf Course in Leeds. This is another course that is completely new to me, and I've picked a lovely damp and windy day to do so. Just getting my excuses in early. The course is only a par 68, so I'm hoping to have a fairly stress-free break of 90, so let's see how I get on. Down on the first tee then, we start with a pretty short par 3, so 140 yards, just a little bit uphill. And this is the first time I'm battling today's wind, and I've just pulled this one up short, leaving me a 50-degree wedge, my go-to shot, onto the green. And to be honest, I caught this one a little bit thin, but it's left me on the green, putting for par. And believe it or not, somehow that has dropped in the hole. I looked at it, I saw all the leaves on the green, and I thought, should I clean it? And I thought, I'm not going to get this close, and actually managed to drop that one. Hole 2 then is a 320 yard par 4. This one is fairly straight. I thought I'd hit a good drive here, but it's actually leaked a bit left, and it ended up just behind these trees. There's no shot tracer on this shot, as you can see, because the camera is doing its best to miss the shot. So I'm hitting 7 iron, I've got about 150 yards, and to be honest I connect really well with this and hit it in sort of the general direction that I think the pin is, because I couldn't see it. But I was pretty happy with this one. Come on, tell me you got that. Unfortunately it just about got that. Leaving me a 50 wedge onto the green. It didn't actually quite make the green, and that one goes pretty close. So looking at potentially making back-to-back pars. In case you were wondering, I've had a growing spurt, that's not a small pin. But unfortunately I can't drop this putt, and it gives me a tap-in bogey. Not too disappointing though. On to the third hole then, and this is another straight par 4. This goes sort of back up the side of the second. I've leaked this tee shot out to the right hand side into sort of the rough and the trees, and finding the ball when there's a lot of leaves on the floor. I've forgotten how boring that was, it took me a while. I did eventually find it and just managed to sort of punch this one out over to the left hand side near the green. Chipping on with the 50 wedge as normal onto the green, trying to put this close, and that's pretty good. Giving me another look at par, but this damp green completely bamboozled me, and I left it nowhere near the pin really, meaning it's another tap in for bogey. The fourth is a 383 yard par 4. Hit an okay drive here. Unfortunately I've just sort of blindsided myself around the corner, meaning I can't see the pin from where I am, so I'm just sort of punching back out to the left side of the fairway, giving me a shot into the green. Happy with that one. This leaves me a pitching wedge and a nice view of the green, and I managed to get this one dancing. Somewhat long par putt.
My name is Jeff.
With an audience. And again, not the greatest putt in the world. And the chap that was watching me was just letting me know that I could play through on the next hole. And again, managed to sap this one in for 3 bogeys back to back. Consistent golf. The fifth then is a pretty daunting par 3 downhill. It sort of disappears into like this void of trees and grass. So I wasn't really sure how good this was going to have been, and I was playing in front of an audience at the time. Ends up in the greenside bunker, and again with an audience, play a lovely bunker shot out near the pin. I was really happy with that. Leaving me a putt for par that I managed to drop. So I was saving my best golf for the audience, it would seem. The sixth then is another par 3 sort of back up towards where we were just playing. This one's up a good hill, and I've just not picked up enough club here unfortunately. The line was really good, but quelle surprise, I'm short of the green. The 60-degree wedge isn't brilliant, just don't hit it far enough. So again I'm just chipping on with the 50-degree. And I've made a bit of a mess of this one. Smashed that into the pin and unfortunately it didn't drop, which means I've got to take a double on this hole. When it's less than 340 yards, that's a bit of a kick in the teeth. The 7th then is a nice looking par 4, 300 yards. And as many of you have told me, on holes where I don't need to, I didn't take driver there. I've hit the new 3 hybrid. That's left me in the centre of the fairway with an 8-iron into the green. Which again, I think with the wind and other factors, I've just not clubbed up enough really. Caught it a bit fat as well. It's left me a good way short of the green and chipping on over sort of a ditch with a 60-degree wedge. This gives me a putt for par, which is nowhere near. These greens really doing a number on me on this front 9. Testing my ability to make bogey then. And again, that's nowhere near. So tapping in for back-to-back double bogeys. The 8th is another par 4, 360 yards back up the hill. It bends slightly to the left, which is obviously not my favourite shot shape. And I end up just near some small trees on the right hand side. I do have a line towards the green though, so I'm just hitting the 3 hybrid as close as I can. And that goes pretty well.
It's up there.
Leaving me a chip onto the green, which from where I was stood I honestly thought was going to be really close. Unfortunately it ran quite a long way past the pin. Testing my lag putt abilities, which seems to have got better from the last green. And I tap in for another bogey. The 9th is a par 4 back down towards the clubhouse, pretty straight. This drive I catch pretty well. Unfortunately with the wintry conditions you're just not getting the roll. The ball sort of plugs a little bit as it lands, obviously with the damp ground, and you don't get that roll that you see in the summer. So the drive's not going as far. But this has left me a 7-iron into the green, which, to be honest, I was delighted with.
Brilliant shot.
150 yards away and I've hit the green, so really happy with that. Gives me a look at making par, although I've smashed this putt past. You can see how much wind there is on the flag there. But I did manage to make the putt coming back, meaning I finished the front 9 with a par. So through the front 9, I'm 8 over par. And to be honest, I'm pretty content with how I've played. Only 2 holes were worse than a bogey, and they felt somewhat sloppy and avoidable. So I was pretty confident that if I maintained my concentration, I'd be able to break 90 at this course first time of asking. And before we continue with the back 9, a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video sponsor is Lemuna Glasses. Lemuna reached out to me and sent me a pair of their new modular Bluetooth glasses. The glasses have a built-in mic and speaker for making calls and listening to music whilst wearing them. The built-in speakers would allow golfers who like listening to music or podcasts as they play to do so without being intrusive to other people on the course. The Bluetooth connectivity works up to a range of 200 feet, so you can comfortably leave your phone in your bag whilst playing. The glasses also have a water resistance rating of IP56, so you don't need to worry about them should you get caught in an unexpected downpour whilst on the course. As I mentioned earlier, these glasses are modular and come with 2 different frames, sunglasses and blue light filter, meaning you can use these glasses in a variety of different environments. Switching the frames is also very easy. You can do so by twisting and pulling the arms away from the current frames, then simply just reattach them to the frames you want to use. They are also fast charging, giving you 2 hours of playtime from a 5-minute charge and 12 hours of playtime on a full charge. To find out more about them, check the link in the description box below. Thanks to Lemuna for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to the golf. The 10th then is a 333 yard par 3. It's got sort of a tree just in the centre of the fairway there, and sod's law, I smash the ball straight into the tree, catch the branches and just drops at the base of the tree. I got a little bit put off by the surrounding trees around this green, so I took what I thought would be a club less, meaning that if I caught it really well I'd get there, and if I didn't I'd be short, which is what I was. Chipping on with a 50-degree wedge. I just thought that was the safer play. And it's left me with a par putt, which Came pretty close, to be honest. That means it's a fairly stress-free bogey. The 11th is another nice downhill par 4. This one's only 280 yards. And saved one of my better drives for this hole. Straight down the middle. Leaving me a 67-yard chip onto the green. So this is obviously not a full 50-degree wedge shot. They're sort of a feel shot for me, this, and this has gone really well.
That's good.
Not as good as I thought it had, but pretty good. Giving me a birdie putt then, which honestly goes really close and means I can tap in for a very, very stress-free par. The 12th is a 142-yard par 3, again up a hill. I thought I'd try and club up a little bit here, but I've caught it a bit fat, and as per usual, I'm just a bit short of the green. Chipping on with the 50-degree. It's just gone a little bit further left than I would like, and you can see the green's not in great condition here. This bobbled straight right, was never going in the hole, but tapping for a bogey. Theme of the day. The 13th then is a 390-yard par 4 that sort of bends to the left, pinning that bottom corner. This is another good drive, straight down the middle. Got a bit excited about this one, thinking that I'm probably going to make green regulation, and then disaster strikes. I chunked this 7-iron, 70 odd yards. Looked like I'm digging a hole to Australia there. Never mind.
Oh.
So it leaves me a 56-degree wedge in. It was probably a 50-degree wedge in, to be honest, because this again has come up short and I've just pushed it a little bit right, leaving me chipping on, which is okay. Gives me a look at making a bogey, which I do. I know you can't tell because of the pin, but that ball did drop in the hole. So yeah, happy with that in the end. This is almost U-shaped, this hole. It's hard to tell from the picture, but you go forward, right, forward, right. So I've tried to cut the corner here with the first drive, and that's gone drastically wrong. It's gone straight into the trees. So I've reloaded and hit this one a bit further left. And to be honest, a stock slice is something I pretty much thought I could recreate whenever, and that's what I tried to do the first time, and it's cost me. But the second tee shot's left me a 5-iron into the green. I hit a 5-iron here because I wanted to slice this a little bit or fade this a little bit, and I just find that easier with the long irons. So it's left me chipping on with the 50-degree and the possibility of making a double, which I do. It's a shame really, because without the reload that would have been a really good par, but it is what it is. The next hole then is another big dogleg right par 5, the only par 5 on the course actually, and this is one lucky tee shot.
That thing was dodging trees like Neo from the Matrix.
It works out well though, leaving me 310 yards into the green, and to be honest, the only thing I was thinking about over this shot is that round at Cobble Hall. For those of you that have forgotten, let me remind you. Redemption though. I absolutely stripe this 3-wood down the fairway, 225 yards. Absolutely buzzing with that shot. This leaves me 85 yards into the green, and I saved my best 50-degree shot of the day for this one. It's probably bang on the money distance wise, but I've just pulled it a little bit left of the pin. But it's given me a good look at birdie, and for the second time today my camera's doing the best it can to try and miss this shot. It's sort of slowly rolling to the right hand side. But birdie putt then. And he's only gone and done it. Absolutely delighted with that hole. I got a little bit lucky with the tee shot, but the 3-wood shot and the 50-degree wedge and that putt I felt were all really good, some of my best golf. Onto the 16th then, it's 151 yard par 3, again uphill a little bit. This was probably the right club, I've just sort of pulled it left, meaning I'm chipping on. And I was a bit disappointed with this. The chip was good, the read was bad. As you can see, the ball has gone a long way right there. If I'd have just started that a good bit more left, it'd have been fine. Putt for par though. Again, not the greatest putt. Putt has not been anywhere close to hot today. And that one just about drops in for a bogey. The 17th and 18th then are back across the road towards the clubhouse. Really nice looking holes. This one's a 410 yard par 4. Pretty straight, but a lot of bunkers down there. And I've managed to find one on the right hand side. So hitting 7-iron out of this one, down towards the pin. And that goes not too badly. I wasn't expecting to get anywhere near the green. And I wasn't. So I'm 105 yards away hitting a pitching wedge. And this was probably a club too much, to be honest. Luckily just catching the back edge of the green. So chipping back towards the pin with the 50-degree. That's not great. Leaves me a long putt for bogey, which just misses the hole and means I have to tap in for a double. It's a shame that, really. The 18th then is back towards the clubhouse, and I've ballooned this over to the right. The big first banana slice of the day. Saved it for the last hole. Luckily it missed the lads on the next fairway back on the 17th, and I'm able to hit the 50-degree back towards the green. Excuse the dodgy camera angle, I was in a bit of a rush trying to get out of their way. This has left me a tricky chip shot onto the green, and you can see I've caught that downslope of that mound there, and the ball's just run a good bit past the hole. Still got to look at making par though. And that's a pretty good putt. Leaves me with a fairly stress-free tap in for bogey to round up the round at Calverley Golf Club. And so that finishes up the back 9, with me shooting 8 over par through both sets of 9. Looking back at the last 9 holes, I was a little disappointed I didn't drop more pars, but coming away with that brilliant birdie was the cherry on the cake. It also means that I did indeed break 90 here, and gives me a good benchmark to beat when I return. I hope you enjoyed the video, golfers. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I always look forward to reading them. If you did enjoy, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It really does help. We're growing a decent little golf community here that I'm really proud of, and it's starting to get noticed by others in the game. So I'm looking forward to sharing the new collaborations with you in the near future. Thanks for watching, golfers. See you next time.